is that? Put a price of ginger in here.
My mama. Hey, mama.
Hi, baby.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start by saying thank you to all my new subscribers. I know it's not a lot of subscribers and like, why are you going so crazy about new subscribers? New subscribers. And it's just like, I'm just overwhelmed and just so happy that someone's watching, someone's listening, and hopefully what I'm talking about and the information that I'm giving out or the experiences that I've had in my life can help someone else along the way, especially my TTC sisters who are trying to get pregnant right now and that are going through IVF or a FET cycle or IUI cycle or just a normal trying to get pregnant month. I know how hard that can be. So having someone that can go along the journey with you and you can watch them and see what they're going through helped me so much. And this is why I decided to do this. But not only does this channel have things about IVF, I like to do fashion hauls. I love shopping. And then I also have a lot of gadgets that I really want to do some reviews on, which I will. A lot of mommy gadgets, you know, the baby breezer, the DockATot. Like, I went all out with all that crazy stuff, and a lot of it I really didn't need. So we'll definitely get into that, and I'll make sections for it so you can have options. You don't have to watch that stuff if you're not trying to see that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're here for IVF, I'm gonna give you IVF. You're probably hearing my dogs barking in the background. It's warm outside today. I got the super bright colors on, you know, and my dogs are getting. I'm back. My dogs are insane. And my next door neighbor's dog, they're always going at it. But anyway, let's get back to my video. Okay? So the first thing I really want to talk about is, what did I do differently between IVF 1 and IVF 2? IVF 1 was a complete failure. IVF 2, I got pregnant. And a lot of people say, well, what did I do differently? There's a few things that I did do differently. The first thing was I let my body rest. IVF 1 was when I did the full process where they harvest my eggs, where I was taking all those drugs. I had polyps to be removed. My body was just completely drained. So I took some time to recuperate and get my thoughts together. And I did some research on different things that help, or some people believe they're old wives' tales, and some of them are medically proven and our doctors suggest them. So the first thing I did was I definitely started working out. I definitely believe in getting the blood pumping through your body. I worked out 3 times a week. Nothing crazy, nothing too strenuous, but I walked 3 times or 4 times a week. I exercised as much as I can to just keep my body moving and pumping. So that was the first thing I did. The second thing, oh, my baby is crying. His dad got him. He's okay. So the second thing I did was I started taking my prenatals way earlier than before I even started IVF again. I never stopped. I kept taking all my prenatals, all the medication that my doctor gave me. I have a thyroid problem, so I was taking a thyroid pill. I was taking metformin for my PCOS, and I kept taking those. Another first thing that I did differently from IVF 1 to IVF 2 is I drank beet juice. Beet juice is really good with a lot of vitamins. It's good for the uterine lining. And I wanted my lining to be nice and thick and healthy so my egg would implant perfectly. So beet juice was one of the juices that I drank. I drank numerous other drinks also. I juiced like spinach and kale and any vegetable you can think of. Carrot juice, all that good stuff. And carrot juice is really good to drink while you're pregnant too. Fresh carrot juice with no additives. I add a little ginger. While you're pregnant, you probably shouldn't use the ginger though. The second thing I did, other than the nutrients that I was getting from all these juices, I also ate pineapple core. You really have to do your research because you should only eat pineapple core, I believe. Don't quote me because I could be wrong. Eat pineapple core and the pineapple if you want to from up until transfer day. So I would eat that and it would help with my lining. After transfer day, I stopped because it's believed that it can make your uterine lining very acidic and not a good homely place for your baby. Another thing that I also did was pomegranate juice. I drank pomegranate juice in moderation. I kind of dummied it down a little bit or watered it down because pomegranate juice, it could be very sweet and I didn't want to have the sugar to mess up my hormones, and sugar, me, PCOS don't really go together great, yeah? So I basically drank pomegranate juice, maybe like a small, like 4 ounces every other day or so. I ate my pineapple core every single day up until transfer, and I ate approximately 2 Brazilian nuts, because Brazilian nuts, you shouldn't eat too many of them. I ate 2 Brazilian nuts, 2 or 3 Brazilian nuts every single day up until transfer and after transfer. I kept with the pomegranate juice, I kept with the beet juice, but I stopped putting ginger in it after my transfer. Another thing I did was I got up and moved around. Some people believe that you need to lay in bed after transfer. I don't go to work after transfer because I'm an electrician. I do a strenuous job and I'm scared. I'm just be real about it. But I did get up and walk around. A little cold. I did get up and walk around the house. I didn't lift my son. Well, at that time I didn't have my son. I'm not planning on lifting my son or anything like that, anything heavy. I decided to walk around the house. I kept moving. I want that blood flowing. One of the big things, hold on, let me get real good. One of the things that 100% I believed helped with my IVF was I did acupuncture. 4 weeks before. 4 weeks before transfer, I went ahead and had acupuncture once a week up until transfer. And one of the big things that I do is I make an appointment in the morning before transfer. I have the transfer and then I have acupuncture after the transfer. My second and third IVF, both I did the same thing and success. Again, it could be pure luck, but I'm not changing something that ain't broke. So this time around, I will be doing the exact same thing. My transfer date is the 12th. I'm going to acupuncture once a week, and the day of transfer, the day before, I speak to the lady that does my acupuncture here in my hometown. She will make a special space for me to come in the morning if it's super early. I would have the transfer, and on my way home, I will call her and let her know that I'm heading back because I live an hour away from my center. And she will take me, we'll do a different type. She would even burn moxa in the room and just make it a really, I don't know, soothing place to be. One of the things that I did a lot more than I did the first transfer was I prayed. I prayed so much more, and I think part of that is my faith was growing with the losses and the things that was going on in my life. I'm just be real. I wasn't in tune with the Lord like I should have been from off jump, and I changed my perspective on what I need to put first. I stopped putting wanting to be a mother before everything else, and I put God first. And I know some people are like, well, what is she talking about? If you're a believer and you love the Lord, you know that if you put your trust in him and you pray and you meditate and you do the things you're supposed to do, God's gonna bless you regardless. It might feel like it's not gonna happen right now, or it's never gonna happen, because that's how I felt. I went through a lot and I wanted to give up, but I kept praying. I leaned on the Lord. I prayed. Me and my husband prayed. And the craziest thing is, the other day we were cleaning up our room and I found a Bible, an old Bible that we had. And I remember my pastor telling us to write down the names of our children, fold it up, put it inside that Bible and pray over it. And literally we prayed and prayed and prayed, and we prayed so much that when we moved, we forgot all about the Bible. And I opened it up, and in there are the names of our children, which was Heaven, Helena, and King. And this is before I had them. Those were always going to be their names. Me and my husband were set on that. And obviously, and it's crazy, we had our Heaven first, and she didn't make it. We had our Helena. She also didn't make it. And now we have our King James Win, which his auntie calls him Kingdom. And he's here. And I just want to say that I am a strong believer that prayer works, and you have to hold on to your faith and pray. So just putting that out there, okay? That's the number one reason I believe number one works. Number one and number two is completely different. All the other stuff, yes, it helped. I believe it helped, but I believe my faith in the Lord and me being in tune to the Lord and me believing him and trusting him over everything and over what any other person had to say, any other doctor had to say, anyone else believed, wholeheartedly, I believe that's my number one reason, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So on to what else I did during that time. Well, what else did I do? We both look disgusting. So we're out here working, guys. I don't know who my mom thinks she is. I really can't think of anything else that I did super special other than, like I said before, acupuncture, Brazil nuts, pineapple core, juicing, exercise, and the beet juice. Those were my number one things. Okay, so what's next? Let's talk about these Lupron shots. I've heard a lot of people talking about the side effects of Lupron, and I really never really had side effects from them. But this time around, it's completely different. When I say this Lupron has been driving me crazy, and probably my family too, I was having the worst mood swings, like anger, complete anger. I spilled my tea, like, as you see, I'm getting a little sick. And my mom made me some ginger tea. I spilled it all over the floor. I got so mad. I threw the strainer inside the sink, broke it, and just totally was on a breakdown. Like I was about to cry. And I didn't even want the tea anymore. The following day, I was trying to drink my tea and I couldn't find a strainer. And I got so upset, and I just was like, I'm done. I don't even want a tea anymore. I was so upset. I came upstairs in this room right here, which is my guest room. And I got into bed, and I just didn't want to talk to anybody at all. So it has been giving me really bad mood swings. Another thing I noticed is I've been having really bad headaches off and on, but not crazy, but I've felt them. Hot flashes. I have been so hot and cold, and right now it's getting warm in New England. And like I was hot and cold, window open, fan off, sheets on, sheet off. My husband was like, girl, make your mind up, okay? So that's what I've been dealing with Lupron. I'm only on 5 units right now, and that is until the 24th. And then we figure out when I come off of it. But I know I will then go ahead and start adding my estrogen pills to start building up my lining. And then somewhere down the line, progesterone and oil, the shots in the butt, the one that we all hate so much. that's what's coming up next. Blood work. I have blood work on the 2nd or the 4th of June, something like that. I don't have an ultrasound until like 4 or 5 days before transfer. That's really about it. I am in a process of getting my FMLA approved through my job to cover all my doctor's appointments. Once I am, which I will be pregnant, once I am pregnant, speak it into existence, you know, all those doctors, you know, when you go to IVF, you go to the doctor a lot more often than regular women when they first find out they're pregnant. Every week, once I am 4 weeks, once I'm like 6 weeks, which that's 2 weeks after you find out, you go to the doctor every week just to make sure the baby's growing and the heart rate's going up. Once you hit around 11 or 12 weeks, you graduate and you go to a regular OBGYN. And that's when it's not special anymore, because you don't see your baby every week. You have to wait like everyone else, and you see them every few weeks. Except for me, I am a special case because I have a transabdominal cercleage. Which, if you're not sure what that is, I have a video, I can link it, telling you basically what the transabdominal cercleage is. Again, it's just a little band made of marceline, I believe it's called, and it's on the inside of my cervix, and it basically fixed my incompetent cervix so I can carry my son and my next child to full term. So with that being said, I have cervix checks every single week for from 16 weeks to 26 weeks, I believe, just to make sure my cervix isn't shortening or opening, so we can just protect my baby. The only other thing that I really worry about is, you know, that normal miscarriage that anyone can have in the first 12 weeks. That's the scary part. So I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. That's what's gonna really like stress me out probably. But I'm gonna pray about it and pray over my baby and pray over my womb that my child will make it past 12 weeks, and in January, February next year, we would have a bouncing, beautiful baby boy or baby girl here at home with us, with my family, and we'll be happy, and my family would be complete, because that's all the children we plan on having is 2. I probably would try to put in a link or something about the cleanse I'm doing this week. It's a 3-day cleanse, which is just made up of fruits and vegetable smoothie cleanser for all day, and you only eat salad at night. You do it for 3 days, you drink lots of water and only fruit, raw food and fruit and water. I did it before for 1 day, and it really detoxed my body. My skin looked, look at this, look at my skin, except for this thing right here. I don't know what that is, but whatever. It really helped out a lot, and I want to detox my liver and all that good stuff and get ready for my transfer. We officially have 4 weeks or so to go, so stand by. Hopefully I'll have more for you guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the link, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. So basically that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I am so thankful for everyone that stood through this whole long video and just, you know, listened and paid attention and was interested in what Tanya has to say. Please like my video, guys. Hit the bell so you know whenever I post a new video, so you know what's going on with IVF. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I subscribe back. So subscribe, watch, like it, share it if you want to, and go ahead and follow me on Instagram at IVF Sailor. You can see my whole entire journey from beginning to end, all in IVF, and it was a rough and sad journey all at the same time, but I'm here to share with you. And thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.